Yeah, I know they hurt me. They definitely hurt me. I felt it because they're on the cup.
So today is Wednesday, June 19th, 2023. It is 1:34 p.m. As you can see, I've been eating my lunch here at Nono Pizza. This is in the 9th and 9th neighborhood in Salt Lake City, Utah. So after I finish eating this, I'm going to do a walking tour. It's a small neighborhood, but very attractive looking. So we'll get a glimpse of that in a second after I'm finished eating here. So it tastes good. I'm enjoying it. The problem is the cheese. Well, that one made a liar on me. I was say the cheese. You can see by the other slices, just has been dripping off the whole time. Of course, these last ones aren't. Alright, so I just finished eating at Nono Pizza. Again, that's the spot right there. What I'm going to plan to do for my walk, because it's a relatively short area, and I parked my bike behind that car there, I'm going to actually start walking the opposite direction. And then I'll go across the street, and I'll be able, by the time I'm done, I'll be able to make a full circle and finish things off. You can see here there's spilled milk, ice cream, and cereal bar. And then next to that is Vessel Kitchen. So when I tried to look up the name of this neighborhood, the best name I could come up with was the 9th and 9th neighborhood, because it kind of intersects where 900 South meets 900 East, even though it's actually several blocks. So this is actually that main intersection of 900 South, 900 East. I'll try to hurry on past before the light changes here. But it's a nice mix of little art and stores and places to eat. Like even the little artwork on this electrical box with the flowers. This is outside the Children's Hour. It looks like it's a children's clothing shop. Even the street lamp posts are painted like a purplish, reddish color. And then the little artwork things. The wind vanes. Here's the Green Bike location, so if you want to rent a Green Bike, and actually Green Bike just came out with even cheaper rates, and they've extended the riding time from 30 minutes to 60 minutes, so that is a great deal. Again, if I wasn't bringing my own bike, which I only do because it's quite a distance, and I don't want to pay for an Uber to go from the place where I'm staying in Layton all the way to the train station. But yeah, it's great if you're in the downtown area and a tourist or visitor or even a regular and just want to quickly hop from one spot to the next. You can see in the Children's Hour, the clothing I was referring to. Looks like they have some kids' books as well. And then this is Stockist. It says good clothes, good shoes, goods. Your friendly neighborhood stockist. I don't quite know what that word means in isolation by itself, but this is Curriculum. It looks like a bar salon, if I had to guess. Here's sort of the signage, 9th and 9th Center. It's not necessarily, flaunted in your face, obvious to see if you're coming by, but just again, it's a small block. It kind of reminds me, as we're passing Mexican Grill Barbacoa, it kind of reminds me of, again, I like to compare things to Cleveland, but Gordon Square in Cleveland. It's just about a 2-block 2 to 4 block area that looks very reminiscent of this place here. And then I could continue several blocks. The homes on this street are nice looking. And if you continue several blocks headed that way, you would be reaching Liberty Park. Looks like there is some construction going on right now. I don't know if those medians were always there. I don't quite remember them being like that. But where that main intersection is, that would be Liberty Park. So I don't know if the medians are what's new or if they're just doing general enhancements. But here's probably a better sign that represents 9th and 9th. Make sure I snag a picture of that. Alright, so let us continue our walk. Here's an outdoor 21 plus bar called Elf. This is a bar. They have to specifically let people know. This establishment here appears not to be open right now. Maybe later, they have later hours. And then there's Thai Garden Bistro. I don't know, it says they're open. Maybe it's just not as popular as the other places. And you've got a First Look sneakers and streetwear shoe store right next to a 9th and 9th Jewelers, custom engagement and wedding rings. And then there is is this like a little theater? Fine movies at Broadway. And then there's a coffee garden place. And then a place called Cahoots, which it says has cards and gifts. Again, just a small, pleasant area. We're now on the opposite side of where we were at 900 East and 900 South. There's a gelato place here, a little fish mural on the side over there. A great clips of a gelato place. Looks like they have really cool like world globes hanging from the ceiling. I know it's dark through the window, so it's hard to see. Shack, or the Crack Shack with a big chicken. Do not climb the chicken. They look pretty busy inside. If I hadn't eaten the Nono Pizza and I had scouted some more, I would have considered eating there. There's a yoga place. Warby Parker. Isn't it like a... It looks like they're selling eyeglasses. I thought it was like Warby Parker was something like a kid's thing. Across the street there is Nono, where I first started eating. Oh, see, I missed. If I didn't look, I mean, I saw this originally when I was by Nono, but I almost passed it right by. A nice little mural on the side down this alleyway. And then there's a 2-story clothing place here. They even have a balcony at the top called Salt and Honey. And then there's Cloud 9th Premium Ice Cream and Shaved Ice. Machi Kids, looks like a kids clothing shop and some toys as well. Here's a fun Zing Fu Tang Taiwan decoration, and then a Yagut smoothies and yogurt. So now if we go past Lincoln Street, by the way, this main road is, even though it's 900 South, it's also known as Harvey Milk Boulevard. So that was about 2 blocks of that 9th and 9th neighborhood. You do have a few other stragglers. As you can see, even right here, it says 9th and 9th. Book and Music Gallery, collectible, consigned, rare items. It's like a little shoebox. Man, that's even tinier than I thought. And then Jenkins Plumbing and Heating inside of what looks to be like a house, actually. Interesting. So I haven't gone up this far before. I didn't know that they had a bike path that was separate. So that would be interesting. I wonder if it extends all the way to the university area. And now I see the number up here. It says the 9-line trail. I did do a video last year where I was on a construction portion of the 9-line that was near, what was that called? But I forget the exact name of the area, but it was much, much further, I want to call it west from where we're at right now, outside of the downtown area. And I believe they were calling that the 9-line trail as well, if I'm not mistaken. But the reason we're continuing this way, and boy, it's certainly getting hotter as the day goes on. I think it's around 80. Did it get up to 85? No, it actually says it crept down to, let's see, we're waiting for it to refresh. Still says 84. My legs would be done. Yeah, but the reason why I'm making my way up here is in the distance I always see this artwork from a far intersection, like similar where I was at 900 and 900. I've never actually gone up to it or past it. There's a business here called Stylo. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? I get a kick out of the craziest or silliest things. A house with the little Pink Panther in pixel art form. This monument up here is called Out of the Blue. It's a fairly recent installation. It says the roundabout at 900 South and 1100 East will welcome the new public artwork in 2000. I think it was 21. Out of the Blue was recommended by Salt Lake's Art Design Board. And by the way, before I get to that, there's a Cafe Espresso drive-through. That's pretty cool. That's the second type of shop I've seen like that. That's sort of a drive-through. I'm going to get over to the shade there before I continue reading. But it says the artwork is a full-size sculpture of a humpback whale breaching out of the roundabout, offering viewers what Kessler describes as a 40-foot wide whale hug. The sculpture will host murals created by different artists on a rotating basis to reflect the dynamic and transforming nature of the neighborhood. So I'm not quite sure what. Oh, you know what? I was trying to think, like, what does that mean? So I'm guessing the artist did the whale itself, but I'm assuming that occasionally various artists will be able to like paint their own artwork thing on the whale itself. So it says it's designed to complement and augment the unique identity of the 9th and 9th area, celebrating a community that is welcoming and stands for respect. Quote, 9th and 9th is unexpected and out of the blue, a community where people from all backgrounds, beliefs, and ideas migrate and feel a sense of belonging. This humpback whale is a symbol of community, resilience, and harmony. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm going to try to get a more of an up-close shot of it shortly. Let's see what the best way to go about this is. The 9-line trail extends there, but then it continues into the street. So it looks like that unique carved out trail was only from a few blocks there, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cool that they have that. Alright, here we go. The whale that's supposed to be jumping out and giving me a big hug. Alright, so again, that's the out of the blue whale. Now if I turn and again show you just the steepness of this hill, like, God, I know there's bikers that can do it and they're probably like so used to it, but I look at that hill and I'm like, there's no freaking way I'd be able to ride up that hill. You know, just walking it would be a pain. Oh my God, and here's a person getting ready to do it right now. Crazy. Not crazy on their part, but just like crazy in my mind. I wonder if there's an actual signage here that talks about the out of the blue whale. Kind of get a different angle here. I'm gonna run over there. I see a sign in the grass and I'm wondering if that could be it. Yep, sure enough it is. Out of the blue. Made out of fiberglass and steel. And it kind of talks about the same things we were just reading. Yep. Alright, so now let's continue going back toward Nono Pizza, which is where I again parked my bicycle. So that's where I want to wrap things up for the 9th and 9th neighborhood. There's a couple more businesses that on the way we'll be pointing out. There's a bridal studio. And then I wonder if this is a fishing place, because this guy's like whipping a fishing rod. Hopefully I don't get hooked. Western Rivers Fly Fisher, the fishing outfitters. You can see the number 9 bus also goes down this. Fitting being the, oh, it says detour on the back of it, so maybe I shouldn't say fitting. This place is for lease, whatever it used to be. Looks like it used to be a clothing boutique. And then this says it's a salon. Granary Bakehouse, closed on Mondays. And then it looks like a Tsunami Fish Place, they're also closed on Mondays. So not as much activity down this way at this time of the week. This place is called Hip and Humble. I always try to feature murals that are on the side of buildings. Just from the window display, it looks like they sell a mix of clothing and little knickknacks. Like I see a nice little puzzle, some canvas bags. There's, I guess the store continues over here too. There's unique looking socks and probably a bunch of other things. So you see here, it looks like they're actually trying to expand a little bit. Spring 2023, and anticipate retail, office space, and cafe space for lease. Wonder if they have any tenants yet. And here's fire station number 5.
Now that she's
Ninth and 9th Healing Arts. There's another 9th and 9th sign there, kind of welcoming the neighborhood, but I don't want to take a picture. There's a place called Contender Bicycles. I wonder if they sell electric bicycles. It's pretty cool. It makes sense that like in a hip area like this you would have a bike store. So this building says State Farm, but at the bottom portion it says Salt Lake Pottery Studio coming 2023. And then next to that is Essential Photo Supply, followed by a salon. Protein Foundry Health Bar. This place here is advertising retro vintage furniture. Although it also says Pie Fight. Pie Fight. I don't know what it looks like they're selling various drinks and pies. And then Public Salon. And Mabo is right next to Nono. And that brings me to my bicycle. So I successfully came full circle and sort of achieved the route I did or wanted to do. If you enjoyed this tour of the 9th and 9th area, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you next time.